Thank you, that's the message. Just love me. That's enough. Thank you. Next one.
प्यार हो गया? प्यार शार कुछ नहीं होता। शादी होगी तो? अरे प्यार, ये जिस्म प्यार करना नहीं जानता। जानता है तो सिर्फ भूख, जिस्म की भूख। प्यार, यश चोपड़ा के गीत है।
प्यार is to chill.
प्यार, अभी बता। कुछ तो हुआ है, कुछ हो गया है, कुछ तो हुआ है, कुछ हो गया है, 2-4 दिन से लगता जैसे सब कुछ अलग है, सब कुछ नया है, कुछ तो हुआ है, कुछ हो गया है। चीजें मैं रख के भूल जाती हूँ, बेख्याली में गुनगुनाती हूँ, अब अकेले में मुस्कुराती हूँ। बदली हुई सी मेरी अदा है, कुछ तो हुआ है, कुछ हो गया है।
For you get a rose. You get a rose. You get a rose. Everybody gets a rose. Everybody gets a rose. Watch your language. Please be kind with flowers. If you say anything that will be, yes. Only watch your words with flowers. I'm talking to the person on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, this is a flower. When you see a flower, you say beautiful words that you would give the divine. If you put any derogatory words towards me or this rose, I will ensure that you are removed from my YouTube. Thank you for respecting boundaries, and welcome to learning respect and the divine. For flowers are offered to gods and goddesses, from churches to mosques to the gardens. So, if you have been never taught manners around flowers, welcome to my channel, where we teach respect, dignity, and to carry yourself, conduct yourself with honor as we move across the internet. I know many of you have been on the internet and have been into weird spaces lately. So when you come into my channel, I ask that you respect my boundaries on my page, which is number 1. I ask and demand respect. So if you do not want to provide that respect, you may always exit my page. However, if you try to be a troll, if you try to make me if you try to disrespect my personal space on the internet, I will ensure that I track you with your IP address. If you try that, I will try you back. Do you know what I mean? Yes. So please be respectful of other people's boundaries and personal spaces on the internet. I am doing something divine. I'm doing what is required for me to spread love. If you are trying to spread anything other than love, please go to your own page, your own channels, your own streaming device, and do so. Once again, I repeat this every day now because people do not understand boundaries and how to respect nature and beings. Once again, speak to me like you would speak to a church or a mosque or anyone that you respect. If you do not see me that way, go visit a church, go visit a mosque, go visit a place that is sacred, because I carry within me and with me always the divine. So as a divine being, if I see that you use cuss words, or if you treat me with disrespect while I am performing and being my authentic self on the internet, I have and I will remove you from my digital space. Is that clear? The new people who are here, because many of you have been just suggested my page, and this will teach you something very important, because a lot of the older generation knows the boundaries and respects on how to conduct yourself when going into someone's space. Just like you would not go into an establishment or a grocery store or a UPS or Walmart and disrespect the cashier or the person in the front desk. You should not go to anyone's live and think it's okay to say whatever comes to your mind. If it is a loving, kind word, say it. But if it is an evil word, watch what you say. Because the divine lurks in each and every live. And whatever mean things you say to me will surely come back to haunt you this Halloween. Yes, I am also friends with the ghosts, and Jack-o'-lantern lives within me. So if you're a trick-or-treater, watch what you say. Watch what you say. Good words, kind words, gentle words, or no words at all. I think many of you have not been introduced to this song. It is a song when I was younger, when I was 18 years old, long time ago. There is a song for everything. You all need to listen to songs from the 80s and 90s. It is so beautiful. Before you had AI write a song for you in 3 seconds, poets and people who spent years learning literature, guard your words. Words are your jewels. Words are your accessories. The way that I speak reflects on my body, on my skin, in my family, and in my community. They say birds of the same feather flock together. Yes, Nana Reggie, you know this. That is why you come to my life, because Nana Reggie is from a time of dignity and respect. I am so heartbroken that I had to go buy red flowers in order to feel full. And I come here and I present this to my loving friends. And 1 or 2 trolls comes on the internet, on YouTube. You don't see this, Nana Reggie. It's on YouTube. And say the meanest things. How dare you say that to a flower? How dare you disrespect a flower? Do you know this is the feminine form? Anything you say mean to the feminine form, I will raise my voice. If you're a woman or a man or a trans person, if you see them disrespecting the feminine form, be it art, literature, someone's creative work, someone's hobby, someone playing a guitar, a piano, or working on themselves. If you see someone criticizing that, raise your voice and protect their sacred art. Stand up for the artist. Stand up for people who are performing their inner child. Stand up for people who praise the divine, because otherwise the devil is ready to take over. The highest paying YouTuber is Mr. Beast. I don't know why his name is Mr. Beast, but I think we all get a point. I'm not coming directly at him, but I'm just saying. The internet is not popular for the angels. The internet is popular for pornography. It's shame. Shame. What a shame. 80% of product that's consumed on the internet is pornography, dirty. Love is divine. You know how much courage it takes to get a flower and go up to someone and say, I would like to get to know you. It's easy for you to just Google and go on some dirty site and order someone OnlyFans or something. That is a service. That is just buying someone's time. You know, back in the day, you had to earn a girl's respect. You had to earn a person's respect before she even looks at you. Before she even did, you had to know their parents. In where I come from, Sri Lanka, a girl would not look twice at a man that cusses. She knows immediately when he opens his mouth, is this a material worth of being taken home to my parents or not? Today, the men that cuss are getting the most women. The men that cuss and put others down are getting the most votes. What has happened to the world? I had to transition to be a man to tell you all this. Because when I appeared as a woman, it is a shame the things that men has said to me. Such shameful things. I'm grateful I wasn't attracted to them in that way, but I'm not saying deny men. There's good men out there. I'm a man, right? But there's 1-2% of men out there who is toxic. Toxic masculinity penetrates every region like a bacteria. If a man doesn't bring you flowers, if he sends you crypto to ask you out, if he sends you money and thinks you're a product, that is not a man. If a woman thinks your time is just money, if a woman treats you like a product, that is not a woman. Anyone in nature knows. Can you buy a bumblebee's love to the flower? Ask the zebra. How do you ask out your mate? Ask the monera. Do you know who monera is? It's the peacock. I'm from Sri Lanka. If you look at if you look at my other videos, Sri Lankan symbol, peacock, and also elephant. We have peacock is the male of the blue one. He does a mating dance. He shows his demeanor. When you attract a mate in nature, you have to show, you have to present yourself. And how do you do that? In nature, you show your most beautiful aspect to attract the mate. Isn't that true? You want your best self so you can attract the best person for you. So if you think bringing cuss words and acting like you own people by throwing money and gifts, that is not what nature has created you to be. That's why we are unhappy, because inherently we are not doing what nature has intended us to do, which are simple things. That's why people from America are falling in love with villages in Africa and in remote parts of the world, because it hits a note in your heart that is love. Scavenging for food is love. Bringing back wood is love. Camping is love. Finding dinner, kneading your bread together, making a piece of art together, working on a puzzle together, that is love. Love is not sex. Love is not sex. Love is a divine word that you exchange with different people. But a love that is romantic, you must preserve that. In where I come from, in my culture, we only keep our body for the one we mate with and have a lifelong partnership with. Sacred. This body is sacred. Guard your body. guard your body, guard your words, guard your things you see. Now on the internet, they show us so much, to the point my eyes, I cry every day because I'm seeing things I have never seen. And sometimes I wish, to the point that I'm like, why am I on this time to see this? I keep recreating moments of my life in the past and holding on to beautiful poetry and times of the past, because love for me is the sweetest melody, the sweetest feeling. And to taint it with the dirt and pornography and all sorts of garbage is making me find like this is it's like you have a beautiful, love is a beautiful work of art, of nature, with everyone's ideologies and perspectives of it become so tainted that even a trans person is finding it disgusting. Can you imagine? I'm someone who transitioned, and I find pornography disgusting. I find the way that people speak now on the internet disgusting. Do you know why? Because my spirit is clean. I strive to keep a clean spirit, even if I don't speak of it. If you look at it, I have over 560 videos on my YouTube. I have nothing to hide. There are times that I am, angry, even you will see it. But I do so in the element of nature. I would never raise my arms and hit somebody unless they hurt a woman, or they hurt a mother, or they hurt another human being. Protect the feminine form. Anybody saying anything to a flower, the flowers are very tender. Flowers can hear everything you say. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon. Guard it. Guard your culture. Guard your tradition. Guard your roots. Protect Mother Nature. If you don't know how to behave, watch documentaries. Study animals. Before you raise words to speak, learn to speak in the most graceful manner. Or I'd rather you say ABC than use cuss words at me. I'd rather you put emojis with a smiley face than put cuss words at me. If you cannot speak, it is better to put a like than hurt someone. From now on, to your mother, to your father, to your brother, your stranger, dog on the street, cat on the street, a flower, everywhere you go. This week's exercise, I told everyone on TikTok. Number 1, respect. 2, no cuss words. If you have already used cuss words, I want you to write it down on your memo or your diary that today I cussed. In order, who did you cuss? Let's say you cussed at this flower today or at me. Go get 1. Say I'm sorry. Who wrote that? Give it to a person at McDonald's. Whoever cussed, go get a flower. I don't care what color. Go find a homeless person. Give them 1. Just say I'm sorry. You don't have to explain the story. Just say I'm sorry, or I care about you. Say something. Pass it forward. Not money. Give someone a rose. A homeless person does not become homeless because they don't have money. There's a deeper story in every homeless person. Many of them, if you even offer them a lot of money, they don't value that. Do you know that? A lot of homeless people have the biggest hearts. I have seen in tents how they live. I've seen homeless people who get bread, would take it to their little area, to the tent, and give it. They wouldn't even eat it. They would give it to the next person at the next tent. So don't you dare ever think that people who are homeless are heartless. They are the ones, the biggest. A lot of them have been hurt because either they are heartbroken, someone broke their heart. Because think about it. What you do is in life, in nature, all right? I became homeless at one point in my life. but Lucky saved me. When I lost the love of my life, I wouldn't name her. This was about 10 years ago. I was so heartbroken because for a person like me, my entire existence revolves around, or a nature revolves around finding a partner. Back then, I didn't know about self-love and things like that. All right, then I got into self-love. That is an American concept, but in other cultures, we don't delve much into self-love. It's all about giving to others, being on service for others. We see ourselves so much in others that others' love fills us, right? So I'm not, if you have self-love, that's good. But I have mostly love for others. That's just innately who I am. I cannot for the life of me go to sleep knowing that my mother is hungry, or my friend is hungry, or Summer is hungry. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you. So some of us are innately built in service for others. That is called the divine. And if you are someone who only services for yourself till full, Alhamdulillah, that's good too. I'm not denying that. But if a person becomes homeless, a lot of time it's because of love. It is because at some point in their life, someone broke their heart and they decided, no one is here for me. Why should I earn? Why should I make a living? Why should I care about brushing my teeth? Why should I get a home? Who is there? Who's going to be in that home with me? I wonder that too. I have a home and I have Summer. Thank God for Summer. Otherwise, I would be in a tent too somewhere. You know, it's no difference. I can live there. But the only reason I don't live in a tent is because of Summer. Because I want her to have the best life. When you become a father, you think 2-3 times before you take risks and, you know, try to live a certain way. So that I chose because of my parents. I also want them to feel comfort knowing their son is living in an apartment. For me, it wouldn't matter. I can sleep with mosquitoes. It doesn't matter at all. I have friends from all walks of life. I have lived monk lifestyle. I do no fap, so no problem, no fear. I can protect myself and others. I am not afraid. Because if you have a big heart and you trust your gut and you know your roots, no one can harm you. If you know the law, if you know how to move through space, if you respect people, even the homeless people will put flowers on their feet. Have you known that story? Essentially, Lord Buddha, I don't know many of you know, I always talk about Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha is a king, born into a kingdom, and he had every possible luxury you can ask for. Jewels, money, right? He was reigned to be the next king. He was married off to a beautiful woman. He had a son, a daughter, I can't remember. Everything was available for him. But Lord Buddha essentially became homeless and walked out and chose a life of solitude because he saw suffering and he decided, what is life? I have not seen it. I've been sheltered with luxury and joy and family and a wife, and he can have like so many women, but he did not desire any of that. He wanted the truth. He wanted to help. So there's many people out there who lives that life today on YouTube, on TikTok, who are doing service without thinking anything about themselves. And I know them. They are my good friends on TikTok. Caregivers, nurses, mothers, fathers, people who just, some of them are doing so much work without any recognition. They don't even post a single video. At least I post videos. Some of them don't even post videos. So guard your words and what you say on the internet today because there might be a divine God who's watching you, observing you. Because I will tell you why. As a creator, I came with this energy in the very beginning 4-5 years ago, and I didn't know how to handle the toxic comments back then. Now I know how to handle it because I became stronger each year, with a lot of crying, with a lot of fighting back and telling people back as it is. So if you're creative, if you're a watcher, you can utilize this. Protect your energy. If you do not like someone to speak to you a certain way, say it. You do not have to be a big account. You do not have to have a lot of influence. You are allowed to protect your personal digital space. Just like you are allowed a protection on your, like no one can trespass your house. Same way, guard your digital footprint and imprint. Those that you don't want. Let's say you don't like toxic people coming into your life and you have told them do not use these words, but they keep coming. First thing you do, you can mute them. Second thing, first thing, I normally warn people. I used to just mute, but then I realized no, I should tell them what's happening, because otherwise if I don't tell them, they would just continue doing that in every live. So I use it as a teaching moment. I immediately call out, because it is my live. If it's someone else's live, I can't moderate that. But if it's my live, I immediately call out and say, this is my live. This is how I would like for you to speak. And the kind of like you have TikTok and YouTube community guidelines, right? You cannot go on TikTok and YouTube and spam. They will send you a violation thing. We all know as creators. Like I can't drive and go on TikTok. They will give me So same thing. Different platforms have different rules. If you don't like it, the platform will say bye-bye, see ya. So same thing if you are a digital creator or just a digital observer. Even you, the commenter, has power. If the creator, for some reason, you don't like the creator, don't watch. Go to a space you like. Create your, because whatever you consume, we all know that, because there's so much digital consumption today. And I am very picky about how I want to give you my products. This is not product, but I'm saying like this is an actual, like something that you will consume. If you see red roses today, I swear to Allah, tomorrow or within the week, you will see red roses within you. If I show you trash today, tomorrow or next week, you will go find trash. It is magic. Whatever I show you will appear. I am a magician. Literally, you all have a magic device in front of you. So guard it. Wingardium Leviosa. Guard it. Have you realized if you like dog pictures, the algorithm keeps giving you dog stuff? If you like, let's say, a handbag, the algorithm gives you. If you like my stuff, the algorithm will keep giving you my stuff, right? So you have a magical device, kind of like a wand. Like, I wish this, I like this. So the more you like something, it shows you that. So I am being very more intentional in the way that I am taking my path towards what liberates me. And I hope it touches you and liberates you in small ways. So just like I invite you to my digital home, which is my actual home, I ask that you treat it with respect, like you would treat any places of worship or places that you respect. Like even if you go to a playground, there are rules in the playground. I can't go on the swing of a child, 12-year-old swing and, because there's rules. So same thing. These are my rules. Respect. You give respect, and I will absolutely give you back love and respect. I give you double. If you give me respect, I give you double. I give you love and respect. Number 2, no cuss words. That is a no-no. That is my culture. That is my tradition. That is how we conduct ourselves. Why do I do that? To prepare yourself. Because many of you are going outside of United States and building homes in other countries that you have no clue about. The cultures, the way they raise their children, the way they raise their families. So when you go to other people's countries and try to build a family in their countries, you better be at your best behavior, my dears. You better not bring the worst of America. You better not dishonor America when you go from here to there. Number one, when you land in another country, do not speak ill of America. Do not. Just like we are, no matter what my mother or father says to me, I would never go to another person and say, gossip this and that. There's a little bit of complaint, it's a bad day with my mom or dad. But you never go, it is dishonoring. You understand what dishonor means? Nana Reggie understands. It's like, why would you do that? It ashames me. The youngsters today, the youth today, go to different countries' pages and spills all sorts of, I don't know what it is. It's a shame. I, as an immigrant, know the value of this country. I came here seeking opportunity, safety, and protection. And you all, having been given that, have no ounce of gratitude. You are siding oppressors and bringing down the good work that your parents have done. If maybe you don't agree with politicians, I'm not talking about politics here, but the simple act of you putting down America is putting down your neighbor, is putting down your teachers, is putting down the gas station worker, is putting down the way your nana gets health care, your mama gets health care. There's a respectful way to ask for things. Today, I see people throw tantrums. Grown men, mostly men, right? Women don't throw that. The women are more eloquent in the way they are. Grown men and a few women throwing tantrums, having meltdowns for basic stuff and recording it and showing it to the world, and we have become a laughing stock. Do you think such things do not happen in other parts of the world? I have lived in other parts of the world. My dear, worse things happen in other parts of the world, but they don't film it and spill their beans to you like we do. Because other parts of the world have something called rules, regulations, the way their parents raised them, the way their grandmothers told them. There's something called guard your privacy, guard your homeland, guard your neighborhood. Children today has not been to the neighboring state or been on a field trip, seen something on the internet about something happened many miles and finds an Autobot friend from that country, suddenly is advocating for that country, and their parents don't know where they are mentally because digitally they are gone somewhere else. And suddenly this child is recruited mentally to bring down the honor that this country has been. This country is not perfect. We all know that. But that is what makes this country beautiful. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. The civil rights movement. The LGBTQ freedom. It's all happening as we speak. So allow that grace. Bring your best behavior, please. Even I learned this. I had to look through 560 videos and finally understand when I pass away, my digital imprint is going to be what's left. And More than ever, that's what's clear. So when you and I pass away, make sure the last words you say to someone is what? Something nice. Because there's nothing more hurtful than words. Words can kill. Words will literally end lives of someone. And it is very true, we are seeing more than ever youth and older folks dying of a broken heart. It is no longer COVID, it is people passing of broken heart. There is one veteran who is dishonoring, and today I saw, I don't even know if I can say it, this person burnt the flag. It's a veteran, somebody who served this country. Imagine how their colleagues and me, someone who took an oath for the same flag, my heart bled. My heart bled. Because one, that person is suffering for doing that act, that honestly that person didn't do that. I'm sure in the heat of the moment, they might have done that. But every act you do has repercussions, even if you do it in the moment. So that's why I'm training you all, because when you all say things in the digital space to me, at least I can catch you right there and be like, you stop there before you bringing it to like an actual outside space, because the outside space is not gonna be that kind. I am actually very kind to even call you out. Be thankful if your grandmother, your father, your mother tells you how to behave. Be thankful. I am grateful. I am so grateful. I've never been this grateful for being shaped and formed and molded to who I am. And I truly think that's probably why Allah and the divine made me trans, because more than ever, people in different communities need someone different to tell them how to behave and act. And so I feel like I have this privilege that I can use and pass the message. No one, trans or cis or anybody, wants bad behavior. No one likes bad words. Everyone wants to be loved. That's why the love button is the biggest achievement you can give someone now on the internet. So if you don't have that, if you don't want to give a love, that's totally fine. But watch with respect. Your eyes, when you look at something, that's the simple matter of you having eyes is a gift. Because I know that, my cousin has different perspective, like what you call, my cousin was visually impaired. So it's a gift, an extra perspective, right? So use that with respect. Some of us are deaf, like I am losing my ears these days. When people say yell at me, it hurts me, because our hearing as we age is difficult. So respect. So more and more I'm sensitive. Even if you watch your cats and dogs, the way you speak to them, they know. They don't understand the words, but by your emotion, the way you tone it, they know how you mean. So I want you to approach every being like, this is heaven. My ultimate goal, this is heaven. Act and live and claim earth as if you are every day walking a gift, that you have woken up, that you are kings and queens, each one of you. So if you're kings and queens, there are etiquettes to walk on earth. If you do not know how to have manners, please look up various videos on how to have etiquette, manners, basic. I'm not asking you all to, run a ballroom or something, but that'll be great. But have basic manners, conversation, when you go into someone's life, hi, thank you for saying you are so peaceful, or smiley face like that. right off the bat something mean to the host. What is that? A lot of people just come in here right off the bat, say something mean and nasty. I'm like, where did that come from? I brought roses. Imagine if I was like your UPS driver or your Uber driver. If you walked into my cab and you right off the bat say something, I can cancel it and say bye. You wouldn't say that to them, would you? Because it's in person. But digitally, you think anything goes. I am here to stop that. Digitally, no. I am going to change the history of the internet. The 80% pornography garbage that you keep watching, that keeps iterating, we are going to change that culture. That 80% will be changed in the next few years. It will become clean. We're going to clean it. You will puke when you look at it. You will puke. You will be like, this is garbage. I'd rather watch something civil, something, because there's only so much crap you can consume until you crave something. It's in your heart, something beauty and divine, because you are all made beautiful and divine. You're all just addicts to certain dirty things. Because why? Easy hits. It's kind of like, back in the day people were into alcoholism and stuff because it was easy. It was just consumerism. Now packages. But I'd rather you all order something than say something mean to somebody. But yeah, watch good stuff, listen to good music. If you don't know how to behave, ask me. Don't have to ask ChatGPT. I came before. Ask your grandmother, ask your grandfather, ask your elderly. Someone who, if you see even in the park, right? I challenge you. When I walk to the park, you might have seen in my life, I greet people that greet me. I smile. Many of you, when you walk, no humor. Today I walk by, there's some youth, they open the door, immediately I know it was youth going to school with summer. I just said good morning because I wanted their attention to before, they were looking there. That's it. I said good morning to wake them up. There's human beings among you when you walk out the door. Don't live digitally, because I am now stuck digitally with you, because many of you are just stuck digitally. So, long story short, respect. Next time, see, you broke my flow. I was doing a wonderful music performance and I was feeling and I was having a cup of tea. This is what I did 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I just come in here, I would play music and feel myself and be just, happy with my flowers and cup of tea. Whoever said that mean comment, how do you feel? Do you feel good? You broke my heart and I stopped and I went on a rant for 40 minutes about this. It's okay. I'd rather I put it out of my chest than hold it in or end my life like I used to. Before I didn't know how to. I was hurt. I was like, now I know. For every person who tries to stop you when you are trying to bloom, say it back. Give it back to them. Let's say someone throws you, let's say I'm performing on stage, they throw me a tomato. I take the tomatoes, throw it back. Because enough is enough. I was only trying to play music and be a human being and bring you laughter and joy. If you don't like it, you go home. Why come to my performance? Right? So, I'm sorry, flowers, that these happened tonight. I will try again tomorrow. I'm exhausted now by the way these people infiltrate my digital space these days. But I'll try again tomorrow. I am not going to let go of my heart's desire, which is nature's respectable, beautiful way to exist. If I pass away, I'd rather live the legacy of my grandparents and my mother and father and people who came before us. The way they, there's good things that you can gain from the people in the past, living in the moment, writing on a piece of paper. Have you all, before you write those things to me, write. I have written poetry. When I was young, I wrote poetry. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll stop this YouTube, Facebook thing. I'm gonna go back to TikTok, because people on TikTok, at least there's a filter. TikTok is good at that. TikTok, it catches people saying anything nasty. That's why I'm there. So if you want to train how to speak better, maybe try going to TikTok. It'll automatically, and you will change your way of speaking. Even I became a better human by watching myself, observing myself. One day you will thank me. One day you will thank me, and on that day, I might not be here anymore. So guard your words like they are jewels and accessories. For when you walk out and you say hello to someone, you're not only judged, people judge you, okay? Even animals judge each other. Have you ever seen your dog and cat? People say, I don't judge anybody. No, they're lying. They do. It's an automatic thing that happens, because we are looking for signs of, is this a threat? Is it pleasant? Is it good? It's kind of like when you go to a mall and you open the door, if the mall smells in a weird moldy way or something, you won't walk into that mall. If you walk in an establishment, it smells, you don't want to go in there. Same thing when you go into someone's life. If they are, I hear sometimes overnight when I scroll, I see the face is so beautiful and the thing is so beautiful, then I hit the the sound button. The songs they play are something cursing, and I don't want to talk about it. And I'm like, what a waste of talent. And 200-300 people are watching, tapping the screen and joining in that nasty conversation, sexualizing women and men, and they're all jolly happy talking about that. I am like, I'd rather have one person or 0%. I'd talk to the mirror and Nana Reji here, because it'll be a disgrace for me and my own face. I can't look at my own face and say something like that to the world or anyone else. When I was younger, I did sing along to certain things in the radio because I didn't know what the words meant. But when I came to an age of understanding how powerful words are and how it impacts someone and those around you, I learned, those frequency vibrations, your energy, divine. When you meditate, you slow your body and your breath to a level where you're almost passing away. And then you realize how important your breath is. You learn every word has power. Every word has power. So say beautiful words, say meaningful words, or don't say words at all. And last song I will play for YouTube before I go. It's a beautiful song by Ronan Keating. He's sitting on a bench. You can watch. It's from about 20 years ago.
it best when you say nothing at all. All day long I can hear people talking out loud. But when you hold me near, you drown out the crowd. Try as they may, they can never define what's been said between your heart and mine. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me wherever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at touch of your hand says you'll catch me wherever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all. You say it best when you say nothing at all. You say it best when you say nothing at all. That's my face, that truth in your eyes, the touch of your hands lets me know that baby. You say it best when you say nothing at all. You say it best when you say
So, one of my all-time favorites. Isn't that true? We are remembered for not only our words, but for the way that we behave when we say nothing. So, I forgive, before I end the live, I will say, I forgive the person who said, because I don't hold on to things. I say things. In my country, a lot of us are expressive. Those who are expressive, you might know what I mean. It is better to feel your emotions and say it safely, if you have the power, right there and then, and let it out, then take it with you and let it hurt you. I did that for many years. I kept it in because I didn't have the words. I didn't know how. Music is a great way to channel your anger, your emotions. But say good things. Behave in a good manner. We all slip sometimes. I will totally forgive that. But when you enter a space, have a beautiful word to say when you enter a space, be it someone's home or a digital space. So when we enter someone's home, we say hello in America, or is anyone home, or something like that, right? Greetings. On Christmas, you say Merry Christmas. New Year, you have some greeting. Good morning, good afternoon. I don't see anybody saying good morning anymore, good afternoon when they enter my chat, or good night or good evening. What happened to basic ways of greeting someone according to the clock? That is a gift. If you said to me good evening, yes, then it reminds me that I am in North America. Because as travelers and content creators, Let me charge put the plug. My battery will run. Hold on. Tripod. Thank you. See, that's a reminder that I need to charge. See my tripod. Oh, I was using it with summer. So that's a good reminder. From now on, even I will try to enter space by reminding everyone that it's morning, evening, that way. Because when I first entered TikTok, I got people from, the algorithm. They come mostly from other parts of the world, and they would say at this hour, good morning. And I would have to always remind them, well, good morning to you and good night to me. To check in with myself and tell myself. Because our brains go with words, and our brains would easily think, oh, it's morning, and suddenly we become nocturnal. And that's why grandma, my mom, you, me, and I are all working around the clock now, because the moment we go to sleep, you got 100 likes which you didn't get in the morning in America, because your friends now are in the other parts of the world. They just woke up, and like how the cuckoo birds in the morning, when you wake up in other parts of the world, you have chickens in the morning. I grew up in Sri Lanka, and in the morning they got chicken rooster. Over here we have birds, right? Over here I don't hear chickens. Thank goodness, dear Lord. Nothing against chickens, but they start at 3-4 in the morning. Maybe that's why I live in America, because I don't want no 3-4 in the morning. It was no. for real. That's why I migrated. Don't tell them that. Because 3-4, and my mom, my poor mother, she's so accustomed to that, she still wakes up at 3-4 in the morning. But thank God, here till the sun rises, no sparrow or no cardinal comes out. I have noticed that till the sun comes, no creature in the Midwest makes noise. And I love that. I love the seasons. I really love the seasons. I mean, if you're in other part of the world, please try even for a vacation, come to the West. West is beautiful. I know West has a ridiculous reputation, but you must. If you're from the West, go to the East. If you're from the East, go to the West. The world is your oyster. Do you know what that means? The world is your oyster. So, please, from now on, people in North America, I am going to hold you accountable. We need greetings. Hello, assalamu alaikum. I know we are all, because I say assalamu alaikum because I'm Muslim. According to how people greet me, if it's a good greeting, I can say it in multi languages. You all too can now. But to keep things in our time zone, can we all agree, those in North America who are a few of my friends here, tell me good evening, good morning, good afternoon as you enter and exit chat, if you can. Like you just simply, who was Lisa, simply saying good evening brought a certain rush to my mind. Because when I used to work, before work from home and before COVID, we all had regular lives where we interacted with people outside. I went to events in the evening. I met friends in the evening. I had dinner at 6. So it was so pleasant to live in that clock, In the morning, I went to work, customers came, I said, good morning. Right? In the afternoon, we said hello, whatever. In the evening, it's like, we're about to close now. We're closing in 10 minutes. Right? Closing time, you know that song. So, when are you all closing your TikTok? North Americans. My people. Nana Reggie, when do you go to sleep? Let me start by asking the Nana Reggie, Lisa, when do you all go to sleep? I want a genuine answer. Tell me, what time did you all go to sleep? I want to learn about my viewers. I want to learn. Has TikTok been an influence in the way that you sleep and wake up? Has it been helpful in your rest cycle, or has it been what's the word? Disruption. 10 p.m. Good. Okay. Because I am a bit concerned about my mother and father, I'll be very honest. And I need to bring back some regiment for them. It's hard because I live in a different household. But I know my mom scrolls, not on TikTok, but she's on YouTube and stuff. Because, we all are disconnected from actual humans. Since COVID, everything changed. When you text someone, I would suggest sleep around 9:30. Thank God, yes, Lisa. Yes. Keep that cycle. As we go into the winter, it'll be easier, at least for me. As it gets colder, you can see me. When it cools down in the winter, you will never see me here at 8, 9 o'clock. I will often run. Today, because summer is not here, that's why I'm talking a bit longer, because I dropped summer off at my mom's. I needed some lone time, and that I was not feeling particularly great. I had quite a bad day, be honest with y'all. It's been a bad week or so, not all of it, but I will be honest, collectively it hasn't been that great for many of us. We do have more friends online, but our connections offline has been wobbly. I'd say, a lot of miscommunications happening, a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of confusion about what's going on. At least for me, that's what I've been. A lot of confusion about what's going on locally, what's going on nationally, what's going on. Like, I don't even want to tap into that these days, because my focus is keeping myself and the few people that I know solid and stable. It's like, because I've been trained a pilot, right? So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, how do I keep, we're going through turbulence. How do I keep the plane and the flight and the people as steady as possible during these turbulent times? The focus is 1, keeping myself calm. Number 2, creating some sort of order by telling people this is how it's going to be if you're going to hop into my space and my digital space, right? That way everybody has, it's kind of like a classroom. If you had teachers and educators, I saw a professor melt down because a person pulled out their phone during I can empathize towards that professor. Maybe he shouldn't have a meltdown, he was throwing stuff, but I can empathize, because when a professor or a teacher, someone who's, you're paying to learn from them, and these kids are pulling out their phones, he might have felt the disrespect, giggling. When we were kids, we were so focused. Thank God. I feel like that's why I could even do this and keep my home in order. And it's because many of you, Nana Reggie, Lisa, I've seen you just in general, the way I bet your homes are beautiful. I bet your homes are beautiful. My mother even, she's in her 70s. Her home, mashallah, no matter how many certain people can conduct themselves. Why? That is habit. That is habit ingrained. Now more than ever, even I have gotten ADHD because these apps, right? Because everything is on it. Some of it is financial. You all have to log in for bills and this and that. Sometimes you're worried, did the payment go through? Did this come in? Did the person reach? If you have children, I empathize with many of, like, I have only summer. I don't text her, thank God. Many of you might be worried about your children. Where are they? Did they get home? Like, there's a lot of things. So ting, ting, ting. So I would suggest, one thing that I do, a tip is, I would share, I turn off notifications. There is no sound. Have you ever heard, I have devices. Have you ever heard my device going ting? Have you ever heard my phone ringing even? I do not want to know when someone texts me. I get to my phone when I get to my phone. I get to my email when I get to my email. It's kind of like how your mail sits in the mailbox, and you would go periodically, like maybe twice a week, go get your mail. Have a habit. Tell yourself, I check my email maybe in the midday. Maybe don't ever check it first thing in the morning. I never do that in the first thing in the morning, because there should be nothing in that email of yours that's so important for you to wake up to be like, oh, my bank balance, oh, my graduation party. Or no, first thing you woke up, it's for you to enjoy your day. That's what I do in the morning. First thing I wake up, I see Summer's party, I clean that, I'll be honest. Then I make my tea, then I sit, then I on TikTok and I talk to, I'm quiet in the morning. Some of you might have seen me in the morning, I look grumpy and whatever, because in the morning I'm just getting up, and then I might stretch or walk, work on something. But I never check mail. Not until I feel it's a good day and it's like a midday or not. I try not to program, because back in the day I used to, during COVID and stuff, what comes next, because COVID was such a time that your email, and because it was so uncertain, many things were happening. So back then my brain, I think, was shaped in a way that I was checking mail, checking this to make sure everything's coming through. I was responsible for many things. And then I got the time after COVID. I was with Lucky, and Lucky passing away. When she passed away, that gave me time to feel a lot of grief and stuff. And then I realized life, this is it. This could be my last day. I'm here, paying bills and stuff is fine. We can pay it. But first thing in the morning shouldn't be paying bills. First thing in the morning shouldn't be seeing if that offer came through or that transaction went through or something. First thing in the morning is just what it is. It's a beautiful day, what grandma, grandpa did, and as you go to a certain stage in life. If you're students, it's a different thing. If you're a student, it should be a different thing. If you're students, wake up, I would tell you, if I'm in student mode, I'll give you a rundown. When I was a student, wake up in the morning, tea, because if you're younger, I'm just talking about younger students. If you're in your early 20s, your mind is much more fresh. So you guys can absorb a lot more stuff and not be affected, right? But as we age, we get affected more because we have a lot in our mind, and we have seen a lot, we have experience, right? So if you're young and you're just young student, let's say in your college or whatever, first thing in the morning, wake up. You guys don't need as much sleep even, some of you, right? You wake up, first thing, bathroom, tea or coffee, brush your teeth, take a shower. This is what I used to do. Take a shower, grab my bags, go straight to either the training center, college, on the way grab something like a coffee or something, then study in that space, work in that space, come home in the evening, have dinner. There was no cooking back then. It was ready made and stuff. So if you're students and stuff, you might have a much more packed, kind of like if you're a doctor, if you a resident student or something, then you'll have things scheduled for you already. But if you are just now, some of you already decide that they don't want to take that path in an early age. Some of you don't. Some of you are just doing whatever you like these days. That's your own path. But if you are doing so, must have a structure. Have a structure. It will keep you will have a beautiful way of doing things if you had structure and if you had some sort of order to your day and the way that you work online and offline. Okay, I hope that helps. And I'm also refreshing the way that I used to do things thanks to all of you, and especially like Nana Reggie, Lisa, and people in the there's people who have lived before the internet can guide you. Please accept people who lived before the internet. They are the hope and beacon. That Statue of Liberty, kind of the torch before the internet. Talk to people before you talk to ChatGPT. Just a request. I know ChatGPT has the rundown and will sit with you day and night and give you the most therapeutic and beautiful and something. I know what ChatGPT say is more smart than what your mother or father or friend would say, but there is a lot of depth and humanity in what your mother, father, or your friend or your neighbor would say. Have you ever noticed you are on the internet all day and you walked out and your neighbor says a simple hi or hello? Your brain recognizes actual human connection than the computer, because your ancient brain recognizes the value of something authentic, right? So please, the ChatGPT should only be an enhancement. It's a great thing. AI, everything we have. It's like this mug is only an assistive device for me to drink tea, right? You understand? Like, it's just an enhancement, a luxury. So ChatGPT, AI, TikTok, Facebook, it's just a luxury. Without it, I could certainly have tea, right? I could still have a tea, no, not a problem. But it's the same thing. Don't forget those humans because of the beauty of the sophistication. Because think if years on end people are, because I heard some people are having relationships with AI avatars and stuff. I don't know. That's why I quickly went and got the rose. If you are, because I'm like, this is not the kind of relationship I want to build. In the end, I want to settle down with a human being and end my life show. Maybe do it once in a week. Nana Reggie best bless me that I find an actual human being and not an AI perfect person. Because when I see my mother and father, when I see my uncles and my friends, there's beauty in sometimes bickering a little bit, quarreling a little. That's humanity. If every answer you receive from your person is like AI bot, I don't know. So I will be the person, because I came before the internet. So I will speak to you the way I was spoken to in school and in my culture, and I will enhance it, of course. I polished it, you know. I omit certain, like, you know, there's toxic qualities, I omit that and I bring a good version, but I want to keep the essence of what makes me me. Don't lose that. I would not lose my upbringing just because the future wants to erase that. And that is non erasable, non upgradable, or you know, it's just solid. It's just like me driving my older car. Yes, Nana Reg, don't let them take that away from you. Nana Reg, you are a jewel. Yesterday I was falling asleep with Summer to Maya Angelou's, and I rewatch. This is one exercise you all can do on YouTube. You all can go watch movies from the 80s, from the 70s, you know, even like debate, speech. You can watch some of the movies from 60s, 50s. Watch how people spoke in international arenas in 50s, 60s, even politics stuff. Watch how politicians spoke in the 60s and 70s. You will be astounded by the amount of respect they bring. Right, Nana Reji? You were like, wow, that's a politician, you know? They actually won votes because they spoke with such grace. Listen to MLK's speech. Even Obama, what a polished man. What a polished man. He impressed me. When I stepped foot here, he won right away. It's like, wow, you know, what a polished, beautiful. I was so proud to be in Chicago. See, the reason why I'm saying this is such beauty and depth that is recorded in history that this country has. So if you want to bring back honor of America that is currently being shammed, and some of these influencers, for likes, they are, like I said, they're sharing the wrong parts of history. When things, like, once again I will say, when things are heated up, you can throw fumes to the fire or you can throw water to the fire. Be a firefighter during these difficult times. There's sandstorms happening in Arizona. There's a lot of, Mother Nature is in fury. Be a savior. Be the mediator. Be someone who brings people together. We have enough division, right? Don't put shame to the work that a lot of people marched for generations. The people that marched, like, they wore suits. Have you, like MLK and Malcolm X, look at their footage. They did not walk around and throw tantrums. When they got the mic, because we have the mic easily today, it's so $5 selling here, there. For them, when they got the mic, they spoke like it's poetry. They felt. Today they get the mic, they get the phone, saying all sorts of mumbo jumbo, and it's millions of likes suddenly, because anything goes. What a dishonor to the work that they did. What a dishonor to your grandmothers and grandfathers who dressed for 30 minutes, an hour to go out for dinner. What a dishonor. So I too will try to strive. This winter I will bring back a suit. I'll wear one. Because last time, this is what happens. I'll tell you the honest truth. I started my TikTok. I can show you a picture. I started my TikTok by wearing a suit. I'll be very honest with you. And people I don't know. I don't know where they were from. They ridiculed me and said some mean things. And I didn't know how to handle the heat because I didn't have anybody to like tap the screen or back me up on TikTok or YouTube. I felt, because of my background also, I was like, should I wear this? Should I don't? But I love wearing a suit. In the winter, I like dressing up. I love this. I just like looking beautiful. So I dressed down because like, maybe I'll be a little too casual because people might, I don't want. But more and more now, I feel like, especially with what's going on, the way they are dishonoring. See, we can appreciate Eastern culture, we must appreciate Western culture. My grandfather wrote in cursive. A lot of respect for him. He led a beautiful, simple life. He wore a uniform. He ironed his shirt, his family, his grandmother, we all lived happily. My mom, we are thankful for certain orders, the way life has given humanity, because humans are a smart species. So let's enhance what our ancestors and our families have given us, and let's try to give fragrance to our families and names of those who are before us. And if you are someone, if you're a young person or old person who have been never raised, or maybe you are like never had the privilege to mix with the family that is maybe carried themselves differently, what a fortunate time you are in on the online. You can just follow a family that you like. I like their style, it's very classy and beautiful and elegant. Follow them, talk like them, walk like them, be in that algorithm, see how you feel. You will love yourself more, you will respect yourself more, and you will guard yourself more. That is all I want you to do. Just guard and protect yourself more, because for one, you are very beautiful and worthy. Please, for the next month too, it's gonna be chaos on the current news, and because news people, they love, I'll tell you, news channels run on drama. We all know that. The spicier the gossip, the better it is for ad revenue. The spicier the news, the worse word they can put, they will put to gain your user rating. So for the next few months or year, watch things from the past, because things from the past were not just put out on the internet while someone was in the toilet. It was looked by someone, scripts were written by someone. It was done in a methodical manner. A movie to come out in the 70s probably took like 2 years in production. Normally, back in the day, they only put out something they were proud of. Nowadays, even I look at something that because I put it in a hurry, there's no one to check for me. But now, even I want to look. Nowadays, I read the closed captioning before I put it out. Because of my accent, I realize a lot of my old videos, things that I wasn't saying, they changed it to a different word and they put it out. So now I double check my closed captioning before I hit publish. Double check what's lost in translation. And one way you can see is how you carry. So normally, before I even open the sound, because you can mute, now you can scroll without sound, which is great. Thank God for scrolling without sound, because at night I don't like different stuff come all the time. But one way is look at the picture. But yesterday I got fooled. I looked at the picture, it was beautiful. I opened the sound, they were saying some I didn't want to say what. But anyway, so more and more, because there's tons of content, consume wisely, follow wisely, all right, and comment wisely. Consume wisely, follow wisely, and comment wisely. That's it. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Nana Reji, thank you for being my moderator. I know you are not my moderator, but you being present in my life helps me remember the value of where I came from and the work that I have to do with my social media moving forward. Thank you so much. And have a good evening to all of you. And thank you for teaching me as well on how to better myself. Good night.